Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be just a quick demo and try on along with some swatches of the new Chanel Spring 2022 collection that includes the Mediterranean palette and the new Rouge Coco Balm lipsticks and the blushes that launched with that collection. So if you're interested in watching, then stay tuned. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with just really quick what's on my face before I start slapping things on. I am wearing my Merit Beauty foundation. This is a foundation slash concealer stick, so you can use this for both. And I am color cream. I've been really liking this. And for bronzer, I have been using my Chanel Le Beige's Healthy Glow Luminous powder here in medium, because I actually used up an entire Chanel bronzer, like their cream bronzer. Empty. This stuff is awesome, but this was the original formula. I did order I am going to order, I'm sorry, the new formula at some point. I need to make a dent in some of my bronzers before I place an order for this, but I'm curious to try the new formula. There's a lot of controversy, so that's what of the new formula, so that's why I have held off so long in buying it. But yeah, anyways, for setting powder, I have my Givenchy Prism Libre powder in number 3, and this is just the limited edition packaging that came out a year ago for Christmas, and so I just keep the top and I switch it out with my other, you know, Prism powders. And for eyeshadow primer, I'm sorry, it's gonna take me a while to get back into the swing of things, so bear with me. For primer on my lids, I have my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is the original formula, and I just have a little bit of my Laneige lip sleeping mask and ginger snap. You guys know I hauled this little set during the holidays this Christmas, and I actually used up the entire peppermint one, which was absolutely divine. So I'm now working on my ginger snap. Fairly new, I haven't really used much of it, but I love this stuff. There's like a caramel and chocolate flavor that came out, but it's available on the Laneige website, and I'm waiting for it to come to Sephora, and I hope it comes in time for the spring event. Let's get started, because that was the longest intro ever. All right, so the first thing I want to go ahead and start with are the blushes. So there was 2 blushes that were launched in this collection. The first one was Peche Rosé, and it came in this limited edition packaging with the gold CC. Usually the CCs are white, and then on the inside you got the little half moon brush. And I don't know about you guys, but have you guys noticed, I feel like, in my opinion, these brushes have, like, over the years are just better and better quality. Very soft on the face. I really like this, and I don't find myself using this brush for the blush because of it's a little too dense. I don't think I can spread that out evenly, especially that I like my blush a little higher. But these are perfect for highlight. I have used these for highlight, but I just feel like the quality of these have gotten better over the years. Next, this is what this beauty looks like. So again, this is Peche Rosé. It's a beautiful peach blush, and I am filming in natural lighting for those of you who don't know. Let me go ahead and swatch this. Am I the only one who hates taking off the pattern of a brand new product like this. I mean, I love the embossment of this. It looks like sunshine. It looks like the CCs are glistening and the surrounding ridges are like the rays. So this is what it looks like on my finger. I always like to kind of show you guys the opaqueness, and then let's go ahead and swatch this in the back of my hand. I don't have primer or anything, that's just my bare skin. So it is pretty light and peach. I really do like that. Let's build it up a little bit just to see what that's gonna look like. So that's pretty nice. Let me see if I can get a little closer. So it does have a very slight luminosity to the blush, but it's not sparkly. So you guys know that I'm not a fan of like super shimmery blushes that you kind of don't even use a highlight. I really don't like those. They accentuate my pores. So you guys know I stay away from that, especially with my combination oily skin. Not the best. The next blush I picked up was Brun Russi, and this one, it comes with the same brush, but this one is actually much deeper. As you can see, the way that the powder was placed in the compact, it's not centered. So let me compare this so you guys can see. This one's centered, but this one isn't. See how it's like tilted? I could have returned it, but really it doesn't bother me as long as the powder is intact. A lot of people thought this you might have been able to use it as a bronzer. I know right off the bat I cannot use this as a bronzer because it has a very burgundy red undertone. That's not gonna work. So this is what it looks like swatched on my finger. And then let's go ahead and swatch it right next to the other blush. So it has that like brown burgundy, but you see it has a strong red undertone. So this is definitely going to be a blush. Probably something I would pull out more in the fall season, just because I have a lighter skin tone. So that's going to be pretty dark on me. Next, let's move on to the eyeshadow palette. So the eyeshadow palette comes in this like limited edition box where it's like color blocked, and it kind of has all the shades that are in the actual quad around the box, which I think is pretty cool. And so when you buy it, it comes with this little velvet sleeve, and you get a little card on the inside that gives you 2 different looks on how to use the quad. I usually never use those, so, but I do like to keep them in there just in case I run out of inspiration at any moment. And so this is the eyeshadow palette. It's absolutely gorgeous. These sponge applicators are really good. I actually like them and I save them because I find that they're really good for applying just a one and done shadow or liner under the eye. So I do really like the Chanel sponge applicators. They're super soft. So let me give you one more close up before I start swatching this, and the beautiful design goes away. All right, so the first shade I'm gonna be swatching here. I'm gonna start up here. Let's go ahead and swatch that. This is what it looks like on the finger. It's a beautiful bronzy, champagne-y kind of color. but perfect for summer. Next, let's do the lighter shade next to it. And this is much lighter, much more sparkly. I'm sorry, my camera. There we go. So as you can see, this has much more shimmer. I'm gonna let my camera focus. So it has like these micro glitters in it, which is really nice. Next, I'm gonna go into the rose gold shade in the palette. Of course, a motorcycle had to pass by. How rude. And let's go ahead and swatch that. So the embossment on this is pretty deep. Let me show you on the finger. So this is that rose gold kind of shade in the palette. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it on the side of my hand just because I'm running out of real estate. So that's that pretty rose gold. It's got that pink undertone. It's beautiful. Let me build it up a little bit. And again, there's no primer or anything on my hands, and I'm just doing finger swatches. Next, I'm gonna go into the deepest color in the palette, down here. So the embossment is pretty deep, which means that you guys can see I'm actually swirling my finger in there, and the CCs are lasting pretty long. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this right on the inner. Look at that color. That is gorgeous. Let me take off. That was a weird angle. It's a beautiful bronze. It's like a taupey bronze shade. Definitely has a cooler undertone in my opinion. So now the last two products I did purchase from this collection were two Rouge Coco Bombs. I did purchase 914 Natural Charm and 912 Dreamy White. So let's go ahead and start with Dreamy White, which is the lightest one. Comes in this like limited edition, it's not limited edition, these are new lipsticks, so they're all gonna be in this white packaging, which makes them different from the Rouge Coco Flash formula. And then the boxes have the white tab instead of it being all black. So it does have the original like Chanel packaging. It's just that the top flap up here is white, which I usually keep my lipsticks in their boxes because it's easier for me to be able to see like the numbers with the print on the box versus the print on the actual bullet. Because I have quite a big collection of lipsticks, so it's convenient for these to be to have the white tab, because I'll automatically know that it's the Bomb formula, not the Flash formula. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this on the side here. I don't know if you noticed, but my bullet came just slightly bit damaged. I don't know if this happened to any of you guys, but if you can see on the tip here how it's like kind of crumbly at the top, I hope that doesn't mean anything. I'm just gonna swatch it here on the side of my hand. And it is clear, you're not gonna be able to see it. I'm gonna let the camera focus. All you can see is it has sparkles and like a light pinkish, slightly pink undertone. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but it's very subtle. It gives more like a milky effect to your lips, and I will try this on so you guys can see it, but I just wanted to swatch it for you. And then the next one is 914 Natural Charm. So this is more of a nude, very pretty. And then let's go ahead and swatch this. over here. This formula does immediately feel different than the Flash. So it's like a pretty brown kind of color. It does feel like a balm. The Flash formula is much more slick and oily feeling than this formula. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I think the easiest way to do this is I'm gonna apply one blush on one side and the other one on the other so you guys can see both colors. So I'm gonna be using my Angie Hot and Flashy A507 brush, and it is clean. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the lightest shade, Peche Rosé. And let's go ahead and apply this to one side of my face. So I'm going in with a light hand. Mine don't have a scent, which I appreciate. You guys know the last video I did featuring some of the new Chanel blushes. I told you the scent was much stronger than the original formula. And so this doesn't have a scent, which I appreciate. So this is one coat. We can go ahead and build it up. I would stop right here. I like a really light blush on a regular basis, very subtle. But you can definitely build that up. Immediately, that's getting darker. So you guys can see it's really pretty. I love this brush, by the way. I've been using it. I don't own any BK Beauty brushes. These are my first set of BK Beauty brushes. And I have to say, I'm really impressed. I really love my Real Technique brushes, but these are much softer, and I have to say, I think they're much more durable than the Real Techniques. My Real Technique brushes. I do like the BK Beauty brushes, so I've been really happy with that. Then I'm gonna go in with Brun Rosy on this side, and you guys will be able to see the difference. So let me get a little blush brush. I'm gonna be using my Bare Minerals, a Blooming blush brush, and we're dipping in to this darker shade, and I'm gonna go in with a super light hand because this is a very dark blush. So I literally just tapped my brush in there, and can you guys see already the pigment on my face? Let's go in a little bit more. Look at that. It definitely has a red undertone. So this has more of that pinky peach, and this has more of a red brown undertone. So I'm gonna build this up so you guys can really see. There was no way I was ever gonna be able to use this as a bronzer. It's just too red. So I'm gonna move you guys so you guys can see. But see how it has a very deep red brown type of undertone. I find this to be a little too strong for the summer or spring, so I would definitely, this would be a blush I would pull out during fall. It just gives me fall vibes. But I feel like if you're somebody with a deeper skin tone than me, then you would really love this blush. I feel like it would be just your perfect everyday blush. All right, I feel like I could even use this as eyeshadow, to be quite frank, but I digress. Let's move on to the eyeshadow quad. So I am gonna be using my Angie Hot and Flashy brushes. You guys know I told you I was going to be using these before I gave you guys a full review. So you guys will see these brushes in a lot of my videos. But first I'm gonna go in with the A501 brush, and this is just a regular shadow brush. I'm gonna go into the rose gold shade because this is super sparkly, and I think I'm gonna use that as a topper shade. So let's go ahead and go into that bottom rose gold shade right here, and I'm gonna put that all over the lid. I obviously zoomed you guys in just for this look. Oh, that's really nice. Now, my only concern with this palette, and I don't know if you guys felt the same when you saw the pictures, was that I felt like the colors were very similar to each other. I felt like it was just gonna be one giant wash of color. But actually, when you see it in person and you swatch it, you can tell that the colors are all relative to each other, but they're different. So it's not gonna look muddy or weird. So you can see this is applying really nicely all over the lid. It almost sets up a nice like base for what you're about to put down. It's very pretty. And I don't know about you guys, but during the summer I do like to wear less makeup. So this is what that shade looks like. And after dipping into it, the CCs are officially gone. So sad. All right, next I want to go in with, where is that brush? This is the A502 crease brush, and I'm gonna transition. I'm gonna use this like taupey, light taupey kind of shade up here, and I'm gonna use that in my crease as a transition. Let's see how that works out. Just so that I can lay that darker, deeper shade on top. That's nice. It's very subtle, but you can definitely see it's creating like a shadow, a very slight shadow in my crease. So the finishes of these three shadows are all the same except for this one right here, which is that really sparkly topper shade. They all have this satin shimmery finish to them. And this just, I'm ready for summer. I really am. I know this is their spring collection, but to me, this is summer. Summer vibes right here. That's really nice. So it just creates a very subtle shade. You can actually use that all over the lid if you want to, but I kind of wanted to be able to do something lighter, more daytime. I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade in the palette, which is the one down here, and I'm gonna use my A504 brush. This is a smaller crease brush for detailed work. And then, in case you guys were wondering, I don't have any fallout on my face, so I'm just using this tinier brush to deepen my crease area. They blend really nicely, in case you guys were wondering. I'm not having to dig my brush in there at all. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to film, but you guys know I just had a baby, and so I can only film when I have somebody to watch her. And right now my husband's watching her so that I can do this. She hasn't reached the point where she can self-soothe, so she really just wants to gaze at you and have your 100% attention at all times and talk to you. So I can't have her like on a little bouncer here next to me because she'll cry and scream because she just wants to look at mommy and talk to mommy. So you gotta work with what you got. All right, so I'm now going to go into that champagne sparkly shade that I felt was a topper shade, and I'm gonna apply that with my A505 brush, and that's gonna go all over the lid. I'm gonna try it with a brush on one eye and then my finger on the other eye so you guys can see the difference. So I'm just gonna apply that right to the center just to give it a little light. Create an illusion of that like little brightening effect in the center of the lid. That's beautiful. Do you guys see that? And now let me use my finger on the other eye. It's much, yeah, definitely much more intense when you use your finger, and I'm just patting it since I just want it right in the center. And you guys can choose, you know, to each his own. You can choose what kind of method you like. So on this eye, I used the brush, and on this eye, I used my finger. And you can see how nice that taupey brown shade looks. I have to blend this out really quick because this is like really dark. It's looking really dark on camera. Yeah, let's diffuse that a little bit. I know I pounded that on just to show you guys how it builds, but damn. Okay. So we're done with the eye look. Let me go ahead and apply some mascara and eyebrow gel, and I will be right back. Okay, so I applied some of my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and my Merit brow gel in brown. This mascara is just, it's black, this one. I've been really making a dent in all of my mascaras because I didn't want them to get old, so I've been going to town, been using what I have. So this is what the final look on the eyes. I think they blended out really nicely. Now let's move on to the lipsticks. So I want to start off with the clear one first. This is 912, a Dreamy White. And okay, so far my bullet is intact, even though the edges are crumbly. So you can see there's like sparkles on my lips, and it gives it a slight, very slight milky undertone. If you can hear my baby in the background, I'm sorry. Just light sparkles. So if you're a fan of just a very clear look to the lips, this is it. And I feel like this is perfect when you're out in the sunshine and the sun hits your lips. You're really gonna be able to see that sparkle. Next, let's go ahead and try on 914 Natural Charm. So this is a very light reddish brownish undertone. This definitely has a red undertone in my opinion. You know what this looks like actually? Exactly. It looks exactly like, where is it? Where's the blush? Brun Russi. This right here. Identical. This is the lipstick version of this baby right here. It has that same sheen, very subtle sheen to the blush. You get that same sheen. It doesn't have sparkles at all, but it's a balm. So you're gonna have that nice, you know, glossy kind of balmy look. And as far as texture is concerned, this definitely feels like a balm. It feels very comfortable on the lips. I feel like it's not gonna move around a lot because the consistency kind of feels heavier, a little heavier than the Flash. I lowered the curtain just so that the sun wasn't beaming in my face as it moved. But this is the final look using the Chanel Spring 2022 collection. You can also head over to my Instagram. I will be posting close-up photos of each of these products and some swatches as well in different lighting, you know, natural and indoor lighting, in case you guys want to see that again. But I really love this collection. I know that this is was launched as the spring collection, but it gives me summer vibes. Anyone else feel the same way? I don't know. I look at this palette and to me, like bronzy, shimmery kind of tones always scream summer to me. I don't know if anybody else feels the same. These balms, I would have to use them more obviously and come back and give you guys, you know, a better review on this. But first impressions, I really like the texture of these balms. They are definitely different than the Flash formula. They are not as glossy looking. They're like your lips but better kind of texture and look to them. I don't feel like these are gonna run or crease. I think they're gonna wear really nicely. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for being so patient with me. I know that I haven't been uploading as much as I usually do, but I just want to say that I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my channel, because I know that your time is extremely important and you can be watching anybody else in the world. And the fact that you sat through this video and were interested in what I had to say, I just want to let you know I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye.